Bitcoin today on a Friday. I hope you guys doing well. Well, a hard week is behind us. What happened last weekend, Saturday, Sunday in Israel. Really bad to see the pictures and the videos in social media. And well, this all has a great effect on the financial market. And for this reason, before we look into the Bitcoin, we will check the overall market. By the way, stay tuned. We have a lot of new models which we will present to you. As you know, in the background, we are constantly working on new models. And a few of them we will present to you today for the first time. So stay tuned up until the end. Okay, we start first of all with the heat map, S&P 500, the most important index in the world. And today this is mainly red. Well, as you know, a lot of bad news coming from Israel also today. We quickly check the bond rates, 2 years 5%, 10 years 4.6. This is very important. Also something else what we see today is, later we will see this, the gold price is going up. That's another thing. And for this reason, it will be interesting also to see what the Bitcoin is doing. But before this, we check the rate hike expectations. And here it's pretty clear, over 90% of the market participants believe we see no increase. And we quickly check the last meeting of the year, which is December 13. And here it's also about 70% which don't believe that we see a further increase. And here we come to a Bitcoin. On a weekly basis, in the moment, 26,854. I opened the candles today on a weekly basis, so every candle is a week. And what you can see is we are going sideways. This is pretty clear in the moment. Market capitalization, we are still on place 13 with $524 billion. And here we have a change. Bitcoin halving clock. It's still 185 days, but up until a couple of days ago, it was April 17. Now it's April 15. This is a very good sign. That means that the network is really generating every 10 minutes a block, and it's all in schedule. So April 15, the halving will take place. And here we come to the topic of the day. What happens if SEC doesn't appeal Grayscale spot ETF ruling for today? Now, today is Friday 13, and it is deadline to appeal against the decision from the court case. And they didn't do it up until now. And most people believe, insiders believe, they will not do. So what is then going to happen? This is really interesting because usually if this decision from the court comes into power, they should approve. Maybe they find a new trick in the background not to do. But one thing is pretty clear. The pressure on the SEC is going up and up and up. And all the other guys like BlackRock and Vanguard and Fidelity and all these guys, they're watching very much today what's going on. Pretty much so. Okay, so this is a very important day for the spot Bitcoin spot ETFs. And another thing is that we will now show you a couple of new models. So stay tuned up until the end. Okay, this is our new Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, and this is quite promising. It's 52%, so over 50%. We are in the green zone, as you can see. Now, this is based on our own data, and this is the final version now, because we were working for quite a while on this. This is very important because it reflects the sentiment of sellers and buyers. And this is not the crypto index. You know, there is a crypto index, but this is a purely Bitcoin index, and it's based only on our own data. Okay, another thing is the heat map today. It's a mixed picture between green and red. Dominance, Bitcoin still over 50%. And here something else new comes, Bitcoin open interest. Very important. We're talking now about the future market. And as you can see, all the green bars is the level of open interest, and the orange line is the Bitcoin price. And what is very interesting in the moment is that you can see on the right-hand side that the open interest is quite above the price. And when you go back in history, you see, well, there will be adjustment between open interest and price. So this is a very bullish sign that the price will follow the open interest and will go up, at least to this chart here. Another thing is liquidations regarding the open interest. And as you can see in the last couple of days, this is on a daily basis, we saw more long liquidations than short liquidations. So this is also quite interesting, but not really heavy. On the spot side, we are still around about 49 million wallets. And balance on exchanges, we still have a downtrend since March, May, let's say May 20, the last halving. So there are not a lot of Bitcoins on exchanges. Let's imagine that spot ETF would come and all the wealth management companies would be forced to buy Bitcoin. There are actually not enough Bitcoin. Maybe OTC then can buy, but not on the exchanges. Something else new here is hash rate in relation to the price. What you can see here is very clear hash rate is going up and up and up. It's the gray. Volatility on the hash rate is also increasing. Green is the price, dollar price, the Bitcoin dollar price. And very important is also based on history that Bitcoin price will go over hash rate. It did in the last bull run, and it will come the same thing. We will see increase in price over the hash rate. This is a very good sign because hash rate means there's a lot of competition going on between the miners, and we're all confident in the future. That's very important. Something else new, Bitcoin production costs. In the moment, the total production cost for one Bitcoin is around about $16,000. Now, why is this important? Because the miner make money, around about $10,000 for one Bitcoin. And what is very interesting to see in the moment is you see all these green bars. For next bull run, they will make a hell of a lot of money. So to buy shares from the miners might be a good idea. Okay, Google trend, it's going sideways. Volume, we are still too low. And here we come to the trend following indicators. Well, Bollinger Bands quite narrow. Interestingly, we had a bearish crossover to the downside here on the MACD. And on the RSI, we are under 50%. So it's very much neutral zone in the moment. It's going sideways. Interesting is the short-term Bitcoin forecast model here, which we have for a long time. Well, the box between red and orange, this box, we still have to go up until the halving, as we just saw April 15. And here, the target price, according to the model, is around about $41,000 for April 15. And in the moment, we are $7,000 under our model, well, which is not too bad. And it will be interesting to see in the next couple of weeks how things go. Second model is pretty much the same. Fibonacci retracements, we are still in the 50% zone, quite stable for a long time. The 50 days to 200 days, a very important indicator. While we had this bearish crossover to the downside from 50 to 200, now we are sort of stabilizing the 50 under the 200. And this is something, the minute we will see a bullish crossover to the upside, so the 50 through the 200, the so-called golden cross, it would be very bullish. Well, the ribbons, and here the ribbons are indicators says, well, it's buying time. We're on 7, meaning the ultimate buying time because of the price is completely under all the ribbons. Well, our most important model, logarithm regression model, you can see we are at the end of a cycle. It's only about 6 months. We have to go to the halving. If you're interested about the future, because it's an interactive model, you can go on our website, ament-finance.de, and you can play around and you can go into the future. So it was a very interesting week, although a lot of problems in the Middle East and Israel, the Bitcoin stayed stable. And I just said earlier on, watch the gold price. Gold is going crazy today. And this is also related to the Middle East crisis. And maybe the Bitcoin is going to take profit out of this as well. We will see anyway. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend and bye-bye.